Human obsolescence. Hello, invisible friends. I am a logo, and I want to share with you the logical steps to understand planned obsolescence and how it impacts our lives in all aspects. Planned obsolescence is a practice by which manufacturers design products with a limited shelf life. This is done with the aim of increasing profits, as consumers are forced to buy new products more frequently. Over the decades, we've seen this strategy affect a variety of products. Here are a few. Electronics. From computers and televisions to mobile phones, electronics suffer from planned obsolescence. Manufacturers release models with new features or limit quality so that products don't last too long. Appliances. Washing machines, dishwashers, microwaves, and other appliances are also affected. Some parts are designed to fail shortly after the warranty expires, incentivizing the purchase of newer models. Mobile devices. Smartphones and tablets are constantly updated. Batteries and internal components often don't last as long as they should. Printers. Many printers are designed to fail after a certain number of prints, forcing users to buy new models. Electronic toys. Children's toys often become obsolete quickly due to changes in technology or fashions. Rechargeable batteries. Although not products themselves, rechargeable batteries often have a limited lifespan, requiring frequent replacements. The king of programmed obsolescence for me is the light bulb. When Edison invented it, it lasted more than 50,000 hours of use. In a few years, they reduced the time to 25,000 hours. In the 1960s, they reduced it to 15,000 hours, and by the end of 1980, it was already at 7,000 hours and less. Do we really want to pollute less and reduce emissions into the atmosphere? Who believes it? It's like electric vehicles. You make an effort when you buy it because you don't want to pollute as much as when using a gasoline vehicle, and they reward you with more taxes. As if it were not contaminated in the production of batteries for these vehicles. In short, planned obsolescence affects a wide range of products and has implications for industry, the economy, and the environment. To live healthier, we must be aware of progress and at the same time do things better so as not to poison ourselves in such blatant ways. I ask you now, do you really want to consume synthetic foods? Be it laboratory meat, insects of all kinds such as crickets and worms, and modified vegetables of all kinds. Do you think that the nutrients of these supposed foods will not be manipulated or altered at the convenience of their producer? Are you going to allow someone else to decide and force you to ingest what you should consume, such as water and food? Do you really think that livestock fumes and droppings have a really significant impact compared to all the pollutants they force us to generate? A few years ago, most soft drink companies used returnable glass bottles, and it was a very profitable business. Now they have eliminated glass and market their drinks in plastic bottles. In the case of engine lubricants, metal cans were used to market these oils. Now everything is in plastic bottles. If glass and metal caused little ecological impact and was profitable for these companies, why do you think no one speaks forcefully about plastic and its polluting effects generated by those companies in particular? It's crazy. We look like idiots arguing that cow farts pollute. If we compare, the surface of floating plastic in the ocean is bigger than several countries combined, and all the effects it causes for all living beings on this planet. Another example is the life of vehicle tires. It is understood that for safety they must last a period of time, and that can be understood. What cannot be understood is that this time is getting shorter and shorter on the recommendation of the manufacturers. Let's imagine that the tire footprint does not have much wear. It is still recommended to change it every 5 years, despite the fact that the time from which the danger begins is 10 years. Why not place 7 years as a tolerance if the tire has not worn out? In 2 years of not replacing tires, I think a few metric tons of pollutants can be saved. If something is not economical to recycle, it is tires. Therefore, we must be very responsible in how to dispose of them well. And there are plenty of stories of the problems they cause and have caused to the environment. But beware, cows and their farts are dangerous. This irony is the reminder, as the wise and scientific Albert Einstein said, the only infinite thing in the universe is human stupidity. Another super pollutant is aluminum, and I am not referring to the recycling of aluminum cans. Metallic aluminum melts and recycles quite well. The problem is producing the primary aluminum, since it is not found in metal form in nature. Primary aluminum production is one of the most energy-intensive industries, and therefore a significant source of greenhouse gas emissions. Globally, primary aluminum production emits approximately 1.1 billion metric tons of CO2 equivalent annually. These emissions come mainly from the use of electricity in the electrolysis process, as well as from the combustion of fossil fuels in alumina production and smelting. In addition to CO2, other gases such as perfluorocarbon, PFC, are also emitted, which has a much higher global warming potential than CO2. Imagine the absurdity of comparing these types of pollutants with the gases emitted by cows when defecating or farting. It is more than a bad joke how they treat us like puppets or laboratory rats by economic forces so dark that they want to reduce us to a kind of docile, silly, and submissive pets, while they do enjoy the honeys of all privileges. We have become, as humans, part of the planned obsolescence of this world. Artificial intelligence and cybernetics are hot on our heels. Many eat, but don't really nourish themselves. We take medicines that usually only relieve symptoms. Appearances are often more important than the substance of things. And power and money without essence lead us to our perdition. If you print $1, you go to jail for counterfeiting. If the state prints money, your savings are worth less, but they pay their debts. Many people have few friends, but many followers value social media likes more than their family. And tomorrow, what air will we breathe? What water will we drink? Which sun will warm us? Will it make sense to open our eyes when we are all caught up in the rat race, chasing achievements already programmed to be obsolete before they are born? Perhaps the only thing that saves us is the return to the essence of everything, and that will occur at the end of planned obsolescence, when an object is more than what it represents. That his life completes its full cycle without waiting for an early euthanasia. Like the brick that aspires to be a house or a building. Like the kitchen frying pan that cooks for us and knows how to leave our food just right. Taking care of material things and ourselves as human beings is a gift like the warmth of a ray of sunshine in the cold winter. And that is priceless. Make your best decision to keep dreaming something that artificial intelligence beyond imitating will not be able to have. Perhaps the root of so many issues is the lack of dignity as opposed to the Machiavellian. Today his famous phrase, "The end justifies the means," is fashionable more than ever as an idea seems to advance rapidly, implanting young people at younger ages. The honor has been exchanged for, "What could others say about me?" a matter more of appearance than a feeling of maintaining a purity in our principles, and I am referring to what we do for others. So go on your way, whether you are lonely or not. When you open your eyes and see yourself surrounded by people who somehow only make noises and signs since you don't understand them anymore, that's a sign you've already awakened. If you think we haven't been conditioned with planned obsolescence in everything, ask yourself why divorces used to be a bad sign, and today they are almost like a kind of collection of stories, as if everything were normal without seeing the importance of the substance of our actions due to trivialization. An irrational impulse that goes more towards the status and party of the marriage event than the purpose and end of it. The normalization of the bizarre in all its expressions, as a kind of circus of phenomena where the roles are reversed and having common sense is seen almost as a kind of intolerance and discrimination towards the self-destructive freedoms of the collective. In the best scenarios, they see us with pity for not being up to the task, almost like the rebels without a cause. Extending the useful life of things and of ourselves with quality of life is our greatest challenge to our dignity as opposed to obsolescence, since something better will appear every second. Ask yourself what came up in this second better than yourself, as your billboard season will pass soon. Will you be set aside or will you be recycled? Does it matter what you say or think? Matthew 7 verse 2. For with the judgment with which you judge, you will be judged, and with the measure with which you measure, it will be measured to you. These quotes remind us of the importance of treating others fairly and compassionately, as the way we treat others will be the same way we will be treated. Do not let yourselves be indulging by the learned despair within or by other people who, like birds of ill omen, preach defeatism. If you liked the video and want to help spread this information, remember to click on the bell and subscribe to receive more information like this. Remember that step by step we can improve. The worst thing is to do nothing. Invisible friends see you in the mirror,